so I can't. Ah, good morning. This wonderful snowy winter day. The snow is beautiful, but I could do without the cold and the wind. It was so nice yesterday, really. It was gorgeous. I know I was telling Connie that Quinn brought her boyfriend and another friend, and they sledded and had a snowball fight and made snow angels. And Mike told me this morning, yeah, they left all the sleds outside. So I'm gonna have to go pick them up before they blow away. But anyway, so settle in, find a nice seat, close your eyes, just check in with yourself. And take a moment to notice your breath moving in and out. Last week we talked about just thinking of new things and new things that we're anxious to do. And continuing on with that line of thinking, I want to encourage you to do it because it is really good for your brain when you try new things. Kind of stimulates your creativity, not only with the new thing that you're trying, but with everything else. Kind of adds that to your life. And it also makes new connections in your brain when you have to learn something new. Those neural connections are important. Our brain is constantly changing, which is neuroplasticity, and you want to make good connections. Develop those parts of your brain that are important for creativity, for critical thinking. And I also think it's really fun. Add a little fun to your life, trying new things, being in new situations. Please bring hands to heart center. And we're tapped into those creative juices. A lot of times we'll notice new things around us and the grace and the beauty that's always there. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and go ahead and lay down on your back and come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees open wide. This off right now. I know I'll warm up quickly. You just rock the knees side to side a little bit. And then bringing the knees up, hug them in. See if you can lengthen through the top of your head a little bit more. Lengthen the back of your neck. And then just hold on to your right shin and thigh and extend your left leg to 45 and draw your belly button towards your spine to lift your head and your shoulders and maybe even your tail. So you're really connecting into your core. Keep the back of your neck lengthened and hold. Gotta build a little heat. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax back down. Bring both knees in. Just kind of move them side to side. Just the knees. Feel it in your hips. Good, and then we'll do that with the other side. So interlace around the left shin. Extend the right leg. Think belly button towards spine. Lift head and shoulders. And hug there. If you can keep everything drawing back. Long back of neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Draw the belly button back. Lift your tail a little bit. 1, and release. Hug both knees in. And then set the feet flat. Just bring your right ankle over your left thigh. And just open up the knee. And then go ahead and switch. Left ankle over right thigh. And unwind. Good. Hug both knees in again. Get that length, that connection. Lift your head and just touch the back of your head. And you're going to extend the left leg and bring your left elbow towards your right knee. And then very slowly switch. Right elbow towards left knee. And switch again. Drawing belly button back towards spine. Really feeling the connection. You'll feel this. If you can go for 10, 9, 'Try not to pull on your head. 4, if you need to stop, you can. 2, 1, and relax down. This time, bring your feet wide on the mat and just do a few windshield wipers. I told you it was going to be core. Good, and then pause. Bring the feet up towards the ceiling. Just point and flex a few times. And then the trick is keeping your feet pointing up to the ceiling, because our tendency is to want to bring them closer, because you're going to reach your arms up. Think long side body, long back of neck, rib cage back, And then lift the head and shoulders and the tailbone. You can lift your tail a little more. Good. And then relax down. Hug your knees. We'll do that 2 more times. So stretch up. This time, point your toes towards the ceiling. Lift. Try to keep the back of the neck lengthened. Lift your tail a little bit more. Good. And relax down. Hug your knees. You guys know that if you need to take a break, you can. Last time, stretch your legs up. This time, flex your feet. Reach up. Lift your head, shoulders, tail. Good, and relax down. Grab your shins and roll up to seated and come to all fours. Mindfully place your hands and then just start doing some cow and cat. Stretch out those muscles that you just use. You can feel it in your core. Good. And then pause with a flat back. Extend just your right leg and your left arm. Now we're going to continue with that cow cat thing. So lift the leg and the arm a little higher and then bring elbow to knee round. And then extend back up. Cow again, just go slow so you can stay connected. This is 3. 4. And 5. Good, bring the knee and the hand down. Stretch back to a child's pose. Breathe deep into your low belly. And then come on up to all fours. We have another side to do. Extend the left leg and the right arm. And once you feel connected and everything's square, lift the leg and the arm a little higher. And then start round to cat as you bring elbow to knee. Cow. Very subtle. 3. 4. How much can you round? 5. And release the hand and the knee. Move your hands forward. Come on up tall. Downward facing. And just walk your dog out. If you have the weight spread on your hands. Good, and then come forward to plank pose. Hold in plank. Bring your right knee towards your chest and round, just like you did. This is the same position as when you're on your back. And hold. You can point your toes if you want. Lengthen the back of your neck. Good, stretch back. Downward facing dog. And now the other side, plank. Round, broaden the clavicles, lengthen the back of your neck, hug the knee. Maybe even point the toes on that left foot. And stretch back. Good, lower your knees. Take child's pose. Full breath. And then come on up to all fours. Grab your blocks. If you're using blocks, I'm going to use them today. And come on up to a downward facing dog on the blocks. Extend your right leg and then step it through. Just notice that that position that you were in kind of helps you get that foot up there. That's why we build the core strength, so we can do a step through. And feel the deep lunge position. And then lower your back knee. And then just for fun, just move the knee back just a little bit more than you usually do. And feel that. You're going to feel it in your hip flexor because we've been really working it. Bring your hand to your front knee. Just pause there. Keep the right hip crease back. Maybe extend your arms on up, Anjaneyasana. Good, and then touch down on your next exhale. Lift the back knee. Step back, downward dog. And extend the left leg. Remembering that position as you step through. So you really have to round your upper back and get that core going to step it through. And then feel the deep lunge. Lower the back knee, maybe walk it back a little further than you usually do. Hug it to the midline so that you're on the front of that knee. Bring your hands onto the knee, just see how it feels. Stretch out that right hip flexor. And maybe stretch your arms up. One more breath. And touch down. Lift the back knee. And then please step forward. Let your blocks off to the side. And step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Set up for cobra. Inhale, lift. Just stay for a few breaths so you can really feel a heart opener here. Lengthen everything out. Shoulder blades back, but drawing down. Good, and lower back down. Push on back to all fours so you can grab your blocks. And then come on up. Downward dog. Step your feet up between the blocks. Forward fold. This time, enjoy a moment here. Just check in with your feet and your legs. Sometimes I feel my neck getting tense when I'm doing core work. Just kind of let it shake out. Good. And then on your next inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. You can go slow, really feeling your back. Reach up. And bring hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Right foot steps back to deep lunge. Make sure you have plenty of width because we're coming to crescent warrior. So just find your balance. Your left hip crease comes back and come on up to a crescent pose. If you need to start with your knee bent, you can. And then once you find the strength, notice how your back leg holds you and stretch your arms up. Draw your low belly up. On your next exhale, touch down. Good, step forward. And switch, left foot back. Deep lunge. Find the width, find what you need to feel really stable and balanced. Hug to the midline. Make your way up. I always start with a little bent knee. I think right hip crease back. And I really engage that back leg. And I feel more stable. One more breath. And touch down. Good. Step forward. Set your blocks off and step back to a downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. You can use the blocks if you want. Inhale. Pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bend into Utkatasana. Take your time. Hands to heart center. Think of your core and how it involves front, back, sides, keeping the sits bones back. Lengthen. You can extend your arms back out. Mine don't go straight up because I like to keep balanced. One more breath. And on your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, pranam. And exhale, fold. Step your left foot back to a deep lunge. Find that width again. Crescent warrior again. One more breath. And touch down. This time step back, downward facing dog. If you're using the blocks, great. If not, great. Extend the left leg. We're gonna do step through. So think knee, the chest, really find that, step it through. Come on up, crescent warrior. Left hip crease back. One more breath. And touch down. Good. Step forward. Lose the blocks and then walk back downward facing doggy. I'll give you an option here. You can do a child's pose or you can do vinyasa with me. If you're doing vinyasa, come forward to plank on the inhale. Exhale through chaturanga to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. And downward facing dog. Then the right leg. You want to put your hands on the blocks, do that. Knee to the chest, really round so that you can step that foot through. Deep lunge. And then step forward. Forward fold. Turn your toes out slightly. Come down to a deep squat. Sometimes this feels really good when you've been working your core. You kind of stretch out those back muscles, your glutes. And then this is the hard part. You might have to use your hands to do this. You're just gonna lean back and sit down. Bring your arms in front, lengthen your spine, lift your heart, and maybe lift your legs. Navasana. Rib cage back, long back of neck. Good, cross your legs. Sit down for a moment. Well, that feels good. We're gonna do Navasana again. And here, watch me for a minute. So you're gonna lengthen up regular Navasana and then see if you can lower down a bit, but just far enough that you can stay connected and then come back up. Find full Navasana. And we might do that a couple times. Okay. And if you're done, just take a break. It's no big deal. So you ready? Lengthen back, feet in front of you. Come up, Navasana. You can lift your heart. And then slowly, your legs come forward. You're rounding your upper back. You're lengthening the back of your neck. Come to a spot where you can say, okay, I'm gonna lift back up, Navasana. Do that 2 more times if you can. Good, and then come on down to seated. And then I'm gonna have you turn, come on up to your knees, and you're gonna turn sideways on your mat. I think you're gonna need that for your knee. And if you have issues with your knees, you can use a little knee cush. But you're gonna bring your right hand to the side and extend your left leg. Now for me, so this is a side plank variation. Make sure your hand's in a good spot for your shoulder, not right underneath, slightly in front of, and then see if it's better for you if you bring your hip forward a little bit, because you're going to lift your back leg, extend your arm. So side plank variation, stretch the arm by your ear. Think long and strong in plank, and then you'll bend your knee and your elbow, bring elbow to knee, and stretch it back out. Think core, 2 more times. Elbow to knee, stretch it back out. Use your core, 1 more time. Stretch it back out. And then bring the foot down, bring the hand down, and we'll switch sides. So left arm out to the side, right leg extended. Just notice where it works best for your hip so that you can get that long spine and connected spine. Lift the leg first, extend the arm by the ear, and then 3 times elbow to knee. Use your strong core. Last time. Hold for a moment and come on down. Go ahead and take a child's pose. Notice your breath. Notice your heart rate. Good, and then come on up to all fours and bring your elbows where your hands are. My elbows are slightly in front of my shoulders, but right underneath. Right in the same plane. Stretch your hands out long, press your hands down, press your forearms down. Think to yourself, I want to kind of round the upper back, but then broaden the clavicles so you feel supported on each side. And then extend your legs to an elbow plank. Keep pressing your hands and your arms down. Lift just the right leg for a moment. Think really strong core. Lift the left leg for a moment. See if you can support yourself with your core. Bring that foot down and then slowly walk your feet in a little bit so you're more in a dolphin pose. Press your hands down. Stay just as connected in your shoulders. Forearms down, hands pressing down. Maybe extend the right leg if you want. Don't have to. Extend the left leg. Good. Find a good spot where you're balanced. See if you can press into your hands and lift the regular down dog. If your hands are really connected, it's going to feel easy. Come forward to plank. Bring your right knee towards your right elbow. Point the toe on the right foot. See if you can lower the knee towards the wrist and then bring it back up. And do that 2 more times. Lower to wrist, bring it back up. Lower to wrist, bring it back up, and stretch back downward. Facing dog. Breathe. Slow your heart rate down. Come forward to plank. Really feel strong in your shoulders. Left knee to left elbow, point the toe. Lower towards the wrist, bring it back up. Use your core. 2 more times. And stretch back. Down dog. Lower your knees. Stretch your toes long. And walk back to sit on your heels. take a breath. Really notice the breath moving in and out. And then come on out and transition to your backs again. Lay down. Notice the little curve into your low back, but your ribs don't stick out. You just and then bring your shins up parallel to the ground. Flex your feet. Bring your hands on your thighs and think, okay, I really want to feel connection on all sides of my core. I don't lose the curve in my back, but I press the thighs away and maybe up a little bit just to lengthen and feel all those muscles working together. Abdominal bracing. Good, now remember that. Hug your knees in. Just roll them side to side for a moment. You thought we were done when we went to our backs, didn't you? Good. Let's come back to that abdominal bracing position. Now remember how you found that connection. Lift your head and just touch the back of your head, maybe interlace, but you're not going to crank on your head. You're just going to lengthen. Lift your head and shoulders. And then left elbow to right knee. And right elbow to left knee. Go really slow. Try and lift your tail, draw your belly button down. Don't yank on your head. One more. And relax down. Oh, mama. Bring your feet flat. Hands by your hips. The shoulders underneath. And very slowly think, I'm just going to articulate slowly up to Setu Bandha. Maybe get the shoulders underneath. Then lift your heart. And then just kind of slowly lower and lift a couple inches. Lengthening back out the abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and articulate back down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open. I like to bring my hands on the inner thigh. And breathe. And then feet under knees one more time. Setu Bandha. Lift. Get in a good position. And then if you want to extend your arms over your head to the floor, just kind of good. Lengthen everything out. And then lower back down. arms down. Hug your knees in. And then just bring them wide by your armpits. And then push them away in that wide position. You'll notice that your pelvis kind of leans forward. You have that curve in your low back again. And bring the knees together there. And hug them back in. You'll notice that your low back comes back down. Widen them. Press them away. And back together. One more time. Now this time go the opposite direction. So press them away together, widen them, bring them in, and back together. One more time that direction. Kind of clears your back and your hips. Good. And then bring your feet back down. And roll to your side. And come onto your belly. Sorry. We just need to do a little more work with the back core. So extend your arms out in front of you. And just go on the pinky side of your arm. Stretch your feet long. And then lift just the right leg and the left arm. And lift your head and shoulders as you do. Hold for a breath. And then come down and switch. So left leg, right arm. Use those back muscles. And lower and switch. Right leg, left arm. And lower. And switch. Long back of neck. Lower. One more time each side. Head and lower. Bring your arms by your hips. Lift the shoulders away from the floor. Lift the arms, lift the head, the chest, lift the feet. And hold for 3, 2, 1. And lower down, hands by the chest. Push up to a down dog. No more core work. Step your feet to your hands. And step your right foot back to a deep lunge. Lower the back knee. You might want to block onto your right hand. As you're going to come up, bend your right knee, find the foot with your left hand. It's a really deep stretch, but it feels good after all that core work we did. You can either kick the foot into your hand or pull the heel close. Woohoo, mama, that's tight. Good, release. And step forward to switch. Left foot back. Block under left hand, lower the back knee. Right hand to left foot. Keep a long side body. Just hug the knee towards the heel. Feel a lot of stretch in your quads. Good, and then release. Using both blocks now, lift the back knee and step forward. And step your right foot back just enough that you can ground the heel down and you can keep your left leg straight. You might have to go to a higher height on your blocks. And then you want to feel balanced. So feel like weights in both feet so that you can come up. This is just kind of to re-stretch out what we've tightened. Stay really balanced in both feet. Interlace your hands behind you. If that feels good, you can just stretch them back and then see about folding forward. You have to go slow to stay balanced, bringing the arms over top. If it's not working for you, your blocks are there. Totally fine. Keep weight in both feet. And release your hands. Bend the front knee, step forward, and we'll switch. So left foot back. Just take your time, making sure that you feel balanced. Both hips are square. You have weight in all parts of your feet, and then come up. Interlace the hands if you want. Not necessary. Fold forward. Keep weight in that back foot. I'm telling myself. Hug the feet towards each other. It helps. Good, and release. Bend the front knee and step forward. Set the blocks off to the side. Come down to that deep squat again. And then however you can transition back to seated position. Stretch your legs out long. Kneecaps and toes point up. If you need to, sit on a blanket if your hamstrings aren't quite ready for this. Interlace your hands. Bring them to the top of your head. Don't press down with your hands, but press your head up into your hands. And then twist to your left. Extend your arms up. Keep thinking length. Interlace, hands to the head. Come back to center. Use those core muscles. Twist to your right. Keep length. Extend the arms. Bring them back. And back to front. Change the lace of your hands. So move them, the interlace over once. Think, press the head up into the hand. Twist to your left. Extend your arms. Back to that same interlace. It's hard. And back to the center. Twist to your right. Keep pressing your head up into your hands. Extend. Interlace. And back forward. Good. And then just fold forward to Paschimottanasana or wherever it feels good. And don't make it real active, just think more relax. And then go ahead and lie on your back. Hug your knees in. Turn these lights off. And then bring the knees away from you enough that you can feel your spine in a neutral position. Bring your arms to cactus. Squeeze your legs and your lower legs, upper legs too, I guess, knees and feet together. And just allow the knees to roll all the way to the right side and come down to the floor. You're in a lying twist. And maybe even turn your head to the left. Try and get into a place where you can really relax in this position. Allow those side core muscles to lengthen out. And then hugging the knees together, the feet together, come back through the center, just check, still neutral spine. And then lower the knees to the left side and turn your gaze to the right. Appreciate every breath. Hug the knees, feet together, come back to center. Bring the feet wide. Do a few windshield wipers if that feels good. Or any other calming poses that your body's asking for. And then when you're evened out, stretch your legs long. Bring them wide like you're going to make a snow angel. Bring your arms away from you like you're going to kind of halfway through your angel, palms up. And rest into Shavasana. Allowing your breath to guide you into a place of deep relaxation. Especially relax all the core muscles, the abdominals, the back muscles, side muscles, the neck muscles, and jaw. Sometimes I find when I do core work, I get really tight in my jaw. Just let it go and relax. wanted to share a few thoughts from Louise Hay as you just continue in Shavasana. Now is the time for you to learn about your own power and what you're capable of doing. What can you let go of? What can you nourish within you? What can you newly create? The wisdom and intelligence of the universe is yours to use. Life is here to support you. If you get scared, think of your breath and be aware of each breath as it goes in and out of your body. Your breath is the most precious substance in your life, and it is so freely given to you. You have enough to last for as long as you shall live. If this most precious substance is so freely given so that you can accept it without even thinking, can you not trust life to supply you with the other things you need? Noticing your precious breath, just allow your lungs to open and accept a little bit deeper breath. And begin to move in small ways. Just slowly make your way back up to seated when you're ready. Hopefully you feel like you've done something, so maybe you can just curl up by a fire and read books the rest of the day. Just bring hands to heart center. We'll bow to the beautiful light in each of you that feels warm and radiates around to the rest of us. Namaste. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Please,
Thanks,
thank you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Stay warm, you bet.
All right. Bye.
Bye.